right there. Mike coming in from Camel as we do every Thursday, coming in to help you make sure that you get the people right in your business. So this is an educational process that we want to try and help and provide to give you as much ammunition in your pocket to help you to actually manage your staff, manage your people in your business. And why, you may ask? That's a really important question. Well, the reason why is because, well, those people in your business, they're the difference makers. They're the ones that will be driving your business or your teams to success or to failure. Everything will hinge on them. There is no business anywhere in the world, even with all the AI information and stuff on those sort of lines, that can operate without a human aspect to their business. You are going to be no different. Those people are going to make the difference to your business. Like them, loathe them, they will make the difference. And you can't do this on your own. So today I want to come in, I want to talk about actually quite a big issue that we tend to find with a lot of our clients, which is, when do I just understand when are things just not working? When are people not working out? When do I actually have a problem with a staff member that I know I actually now have to take action with? So we talk about active managers versus damagers. An active manager, in short, is someone who gets on with it. They are taking action. They've got speed to action. They don't compromise. They don't turn away from confrontation. No one likes it, but they don't turn away from it. They confront confrontation. And then a damager is someone who puts everything under the rug. They just want to turn a blind eye, hope and pray it will all just go away and sort itself out. That's a damager. And what we get is, a lot of time people are saying, look, I want to be the active manager. I'm trying to do my best to get there, to be that particular person. I just don't know when I have to be that person. I don't know when this particular situation or scenario means I have to flip and I have to flip out. I have to be this person and I have to take this kind of action now. When do I need to put that hat on? When is it important to be that person? And I want to go through some key things and takeaways that you definitely want to be considering. Things that are going to be your yardstick for measuring, do I need to do something? When do I need to do it? There's a separate kind of process depending on what the problems are as to what the actions are you're going to need to take. So just to bear that in mind, there's two different things here. When do I know I have to do something? Shit needs to be done. When do I need to take that decision? To what is it I need to do to take? What action is it I need to take? Those are going to depend on lots of different things. And the reason I love HR is because it's always varied. It's always different. So the outcomes and actions you're going to take, there's always going to be a large difference between all of those. So I'll talk towards those towards the end. But this is going to be focused on, when do I need to take action? When do I know I need to do something? So the first thing, I'm just conscious, I've got the little title there. It's hiding my face. I'm kind of like darting around. Gotta love lives, right? Gotta love lives. So for us, one of the key things is you've got to recognize, first and foremost, regardless of what is happening and how things are going, people don't change. I don't want to come across being the doom monger, pessimistic guy that says people don't change. You know, if they're not going to work now, they're never going to work. Well, I mean, it's harsh and it's a harsh reality, but it is true. When you think about it, and even when you think about it from a scientific perspective, people don't change. People are a makeup of multiple things. We're complex. We're really complex creatures, bless us. And when you think about it, you know, I'm the makeup of my genetics. I'm the makeup of my upbringing, my parents, my grandparents, my siblings, the school I went to or schools that I went to, the friends that I had, the friends that I didn't have, you know, the people that I didn't like, the people that I did like, the people that didn't like me, the people that did like me, my relationships, my children, the places I've worked, all those things, all of them collectively together make me a very perfect version of who I am in front of you today. I'm a makeup of all those things. Now, it's unlikely that in the lifetime of me working in your business that you're going to change me. And this is the key thing. We talk about relationships. You can't have a relationship with a focus that this person's going to be perfect. They're wonderful. They're the best person in the world. I just need to change them for this. It's not going to happen. the likelihood of that occurring is so relatively low and slim. It's just not going to take place. So if people aren't fitting, if people aren't working, if things aren't going the way, they're not blending, they're not meeting the culture, they're not doing the work, they're not turning up, they're having lots and lots of, turning up to work late moments, and all these other things are occurring in the workplace, the likelihood is, and this is what you tend to get very much from the medical aspect as well, is the best predictor of future performance is past performance, right? That's the best predictor. Well, the best predictor of how these people are going to be is how they've been in the past. Who are they? If they didn't fit yesterday, the likelihood is whatever the problem is, they're not going to fit tomorrow either. So if things aren't working, that should be a catalyst in your mind for thinking, I may need to start considering what actions I need to take. What is the problem? What's not fitting? And why is it not fitting? And is it something that we can adjust and change, or it's just a bedding in period that we need to work our way through? Or is it something a little bit more concrete than that? You need to do a bit more you need to dig a bit deeper on those issues. But certainly you need to realize that, if they're not fitting today, then the likelihood of that changing tomorrow, 3 months' time, 6 months, 12 months is really, really low, really, really slim, and probably not going to happen. Okay, so that's one thing. Don't want to be the doom monger there, but that's one thing to consider. The other thing is we always come up against this kind of, you want to give people time. You want to see if time can be a factor. So when we talk like things like probationary periods, a great one. Maybe you've got a 3-month probationary period and you're coming towards the end of it and you're thinking, it's not quite working at the moment. They've not met these objectives, or it's not fitting right now, or they've had quite a lot of intermittent sickness absence, or they're late to work, or they've not turned up on a day. If I give them another 3-month extension to their probationary period, maybe that's going to change. And I come back to the point we just made in point 1. People don't change. So if you're having those problems now, you're probably going to have those problems tomorrow, right? Giving more time to the equation is just going to delay changing those things. And one of the things we always talk about, speed to action when it comes to managing staff, is because having the wrong player in the wrong role in the wrong team, it can have quite a profound impact. It can impact on the morale of the team. It can impact on your productivity, profitability. It can impact on how the job is just borderline getting done. It can impact on your time. Are you having to spend more time dealing with these people and micromanaging these concerns? I would always say, as a side note, probably should have put this on my list, but micromanaging, when you come to the point when you realize, oh crap, I'm really micromanaging. I'm basically sitting in this person's pocket, helping them to do the job. As soon as you get to that place and you are doing that, that is systemically a sign that there's a problem, that it's not working. Something's not working. Now, you've got the bedding in period that I was talking about probationary periods. People have to have time to be able to bed into the role, bed into the teams, get a feel for the culture of the organization, the clients, and whatever it is that they're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, absolutely they do. And it's up to you to set those objectives to make sure that you're coaching and supporting them to do those processes. But when you start getting past the process of coaching and support to micromanagement, there is a systemic problem that has to be in play there. And the longer you keep that available, as long as that keeps staying within your teams, your business, whichever the case may be, the bigger the problem becomes, the more impactful that problem is. And therefore, with giving things more and more time is going to have an impact. You're not giving time without any impact coming on board after that. It absolutely will hurt somewhere down the line. So you need to be taking some action and you need to be taking speed. Time does not heal all wounds on that kind of scenario. So you want to be balancing that out. Another one is a classic one. Bring this up all the time. I say this one regularly. Confrontation. Confront confrontation. God damn it. The biggest thing that stops managers from doing anything is the fear of the confrontation you're going to have. Nobody, unless you're some kind of psychopath, wants confrontation. Nobody wants that. I don't want that. I don't like it. I don't welcome it in my life. It's a hassle. It's a burden. I can do without it. And so can you. The problem is that becomes an excuse for sweeping it under the rug and just putting it to one side, and you have this human-shaped problem under a rug. It's not going to help solve the problem. It's not going to help you with your team. It's not going to help with your morale. It's not going to help with your customers and clients. It's not going to help with your productivity. It's not going to help with your profitability. It's going to harm every single one of them if you shirk away from the confrontation. Sometimes doing the right thing is doing the difficult thing. Sometimes the right things in life are the hardest things to do. Not always the case, I get that, but sometimes they are. And when it comes to dealing with people, and when you're dealing with things like performance, when you're dealing with things like sickness absence and some of those different bits and pieces, it can be a really difficult topic to talk about, a really difficult topic to come together on. Inevitably, somewhere down that road, you get a disagreement, you get a confrontation, especially when you're getting to the place where you're saying it's not working, you're looking to move people on. It becomes a very difficult process for a manager to deal with, especially if you're inexperienced, especially if you're not well versed in dealing with these particular issues. And it becomes easier to turn away. It's easier option to not confront the confrontation. It is absolutely 100% going to have the biggest impact on what you're doing by not confronting the confrontation. And I would say it's one of the biggest things we tend to find, especially with individuals that are new to your team, new managers. Maybe you've set up a business and you've not typically managed people in the past before, but here you are having to employ people. And it becomes a real obstacle for you to have to tackle. And at the end of the day, you just got to get your priorities right. What matters more? Not hurting or not having a confrontation with somebody, or actually getting this stuff done and getting your job done, getting the team working, getting the business working, getting the right people in the right roles in the right business. That's got to matter more, right? So that's got to be one focus. Another thing that comes to play when you're identifying it is balance. And I think, especially from an HR point of view, when you're not, it's not directly the people you're managing, or it's not people in your business or your team, it becomes a little bit of a lesser issue in your mind about that balance, about the balance of doing the right, doing the wrong. And it's a very narrow path that you're walking down. So just as an example on that, we had a case today where a person in a client's business has had a probationary period. Probationary period has been extended already. They're coming towards the end of it. And over the period of the extension, they've had, in a relatively short period of time, actually, quite a lot of lateness, non-attendance perhaps, not so sure about the performance, to be honest, but a lot of these things are starting to come into place. And again, all those things that we've mentioned just aren't fitting into place. They've given more time to try and see if that can help to rectify it, to try and see if that will help them to meet the standards that are needed as a business to pass that probationary period. And the balancing act there is they're actually going through quite a lot of flux right now. They're feeling an awful lot of pressure. They've taken on quite a few new staff members, and some of them are having to leave the business to do other bits and pieces for various reasons, maternity that's taking place, and all these other stuff that's going on. Plus the fact, added to the mix, they've just added a new site on board as well. So it's all coming together. It's like a perfect storm for them. And if you take one more person out of that fray, you feel, oh my God, it's even more of a challenge now we're another man or woman down. How are we going to cope and sustain with that? And you've got that delicate balancing act about doing things that are right for the business, but also the things that are right for the business can feel really harmful to the business right now. And how do we cope with that? And one of the things I always say is it's an individual perspective thing. I can't tell you how to run your business and what you should do. I shouldn't be doing that. I'm here to help you to run your business and to get your people to operate to the best of their capabilities for you and your business. But quite simply, if that person isn't working now, they're not going to change. And whilst what you think you're doing right now is going to help and benefit the business, because taking them out of the business right now could have an impact and certainly be a detriment to how you're covering both your sites and your business and all your functionality with everything else that's going on, it can seem really harmful. Keeping them in place and actually passing that probationary period as well, especially, and given that you're going to probably experience more of these concerns that you're having already, is going to equally be harmful. It's equally going to cause you harm in your business too. There is no perfect result and outcome to that. So you've got to carefully walk that pathway and balance that act about what is at the moment in time more beneficial, more harmful to my business. One thing, and it's easy for me sitting here as the HR person supporting our clients. It's not our business, it's not our staff. We're not the ones having to deal with that confrontation. It's so easy for me to sit here and say and spiel all this stuff out to everybody. But the fact of the matter is keeping the wrong person, once you've identified that they are the wrong person, in the wrong role, in the wrong business, is 100% going to have damage to your business. And 100%, whether it's today, tomorrow, 6 months from now, 18 months from now, it's going to be a problem you're going to have to address at some point. You can only keep it under the rug for so long before it raises its grisly head and you have to do something about it. And the longer it's been under that rug, the more difficult, the more complex it is to actually deal with that issue. It becomes harder, not easier, it becomes harder. And then it feels worse when you have to do it as well. So what I would say is you have to balance off what is the best of the both evils in that particular situation. But certainly, yes, there is a balance. And that for us tends to be something you forget about because you're looking at things very black and white when there's a lot of grey, an awful lot of grey in that particular field. But I always come back to the main point. The biggest issue we find in every single client, this isn't been by design. I've not been smart in creating this cycle. But in every single business, that probably be something that would be good for another training program, actually, maybe next week. But in every single business, there is a cycle to these processes when we come on board. And one of the very first ones is identifying what we call dead wood. It's identifying where you've got the wrong people in the wrong role in the wrong business. It exists in every client we work for, regardless of size, industry, how long they've been functioning for and hiring people for and employing individuals. It's in every single one. We're riddled with it. And it's not the individual's fault. It's not a personal thing against them. You've got the wrong person in the wrong role, in the wrong business. And just looking over you here a minute, Jack, just thinking of Manchester United and Harry Maguire, right? But it happens. Everyone has it, arguably, within their business. And that comes down to the fact that people don't change. And it always comes back to that fundamental point. When you're looking at that balance, that's one of the key things you've got to weigh up is in doing this, is it going to change? And it comes down to the time. Is the time going to make it change? Probably not. So, you've got a difficult decision to make. And sometimes you have to grin and bear it, bite the bullet and confront that confrontation. So I want to say thank you. And as always, for people that are watching this live, for people that are watching it back, if you're on our HR Lite and you're getting access to our training courses on there as well, I want to thank you so much for listening, tuning in, and especially if you stayed all the way until this point. Wow, hats off to you. Thank you so much. I want to make sure that we're giving content that's relevant to you, content that's best for you, content that's going to help you in your situation right now with the issues you're facing today in your business. I want these sessions, these are free when we go live. I want, as we're live, to help you to get the most out of your situation, to help to resolve that. So the best way of me being able to do that is for you to drop a comment. Drop a comment, give us a like, share the post. That's the first thing, right? Then drop the comment and tell us what's going on in your business. What would you like to know more about? What are the particular situations you'd like to understand a bit more? And equally, you can also email us on info@cavilhr.co.uk. That's info@cavilhr.co.uk. And you can let us know of a specific issue that you would like to have and for us to do on this particular session. And as I always say, if you're brave enough, obviously confidentiality involved here. We would love to have the opportunity to have someone else as a speaker in this particular training session as well. We can give that kind of solution and talk it through live for other people to be able to see, because that could benefit other people other than just yourself. Because with your experiencing that problem, the likelihood is other people are equally experiencing the same problem. So we could help a majority of people to solve those issues straight away. So if that's something that will help, leave a comment, email us, info@cavalhr.co.uk, share and like the post on whatever platform it is that you're looking on at the moment in time. That would be great and really helpful. In the meantime, as always, at the moment in time, I want to also look to discuss this particular process here. Just get rid of that element. This is our HR Lite service. So we've had this launched since February, I think, he says bravely. And every month, every week, the content on this platform just goes up. It goes up. So when we originally wrote this, we said it's 21,000 kind of roughly value of services that are available on there for everybody that signs up to this service. And I can guarantee you right now, we need to probably relook at that figure. That figure would have raised. So the price you pay per month stays the same, but the amount of value you get through it is just going up every single week. And we're thinking of different ways in which we can add to that. You get access to all your HR templates and policies and procedures, which we're looking to increase, adapt and change and add to every single week and month. You're getting monthly management training. We've got our next training program coming up what is it, Jack? What date is that? 26th. So we'll be releasing information about that shortly on all of our platforms as to how you get involved in that. It'll be free for you to attend. So that's only going to remain like that for so long. But all of those training sessions become available on our HR Lite service. These sessions that we're doing now, plus more that you don't see, that we're looking to add on as well as we go, all go on there live. You get access to all of our partners. So that's occupational health, employee assistance programs, recruitment, and so much more that you get available to you and access to. And you get access to us. You get access to me with your help and support on a regular basis throughout that month, a month-to-month basis. So that's helping you all within that one price. And what we always try to do with all the services that we offer is to not have hidden costs. So obviously with our partners, you have to pay our partners for the services you get, but there are no hidden costs. Everything is within that £197 plus VAT per month. Everything's encompassed within that. And for the smaller businesses or the businesses that are just not quite at the place of looking to outsource their HR fully just yet, this is the perfect service for you. To get on board, massive content available for you there. You can click the QR code in the corner. So get your phones up, you can click on that QR code and it'll take you directly to the HR Lite service so you can go on and enroll today. Get started, get access straight away. There's a 30-day money back guarantee. So if you sign up and it ain't for you and it's not what you're looking for, then, I'm sorry about that. It's not for everybody and I completely understand that. Then in which case, that's up to you. There is no questions asked, money back guarantee after 30 days or over the 30 days. So that's for you as well. So please go ahead, check that out. That would be fantastic. Again, if you can give us a like, if you can share us, if you find any information that we're providing to you right now helpful in any way, shape or form, then that's fantastic. Please, the only way we can help and expand and get to more people and help more people is by interaction. Engage with us, like what we're saying. If you disagree with what I'm saying, let me know that too. I welcome all of that as well. If you think I'm an idiot and you don't like hearing from me, put it in there too. I like that. I don't care. You doing that helps me to gain more traction. Anything to get to more people and help more people. I will take absolutely every part of that on board as much as we possibly can. So, look, everyone, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I've got a crazy, chaotic weekend. It's my daughter's 14th birthday, would you believe it, on Tuesday. So we're going out, as any teenage girl would want to do, shopping. Fantastic. So if you're having a good weekend, I hope you have a great one. And we'll be back in next Thursday to help you get your